If we can't convince you of how unscientific the theory of evolution is, perhaps these following experts can.
Ernest Chain, Nobel Prize winner, said in reference to the theory of evolution, "I would rather believe in fairies than in such wild speculation." Sir Arthur Keith, the physical anthropologist and anatomist who wrote the foreword to Darwin's Origin of the Species 100th Anniversary Edition, said, "Evolution is unproved and unprovable. We believe it only because the only alternative is special creation, and that is unthinkable." Malcolm Muggeridge, British journalist and philosopher, said, "I myself am convinced that the theory of evolution, especially the extent to which it's been applied, will be one of the great jokes in history books of the future."
A wise man once said, "Man will believe anything as long as it's not in the Bible." Unfortunately, that is so true.
Can you give me any example of a transitional form, going from one kind of an animal to another kind?
Transitional form between one and another? Well, the thing is, it already is an animal, whatever it is. You mean like saying one that's halfway between this and this animal? Can't think of anything right off the moment.
The parrot that's on your arm, God created. How could science make a parrot?
Science, nature made it.
Nature made itself?
Yes, absolutely.
So they made the parrot.
Evolution.
So evolution made it?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't believe God created things?
Well, I don't know what you're referring to as God.
Creator.
To me, evolution, nature is God.
When it comes to evolution, what was the scientific fact that convinced you that it was right?
I would say how it all got started, like explaining how we have elements that were brought to Earth by, like, would say meteorites or whatever, that it all got started in the ocean, and organisms grew, and, people evolved from there.
Believe in the Bible?
Yes, I do.
So you believe in Adam and Eve?
Yes, I do. So,
Was Adam used to be an ape?
No.
Did he crawl up out of slime?
No.
So which way are you going to go? Did God create man in his image and tell him to bring forth after his own kind, or did he begin as some slime from a meteorite from outer space?
Non-random changes come about as a result of selection, okay?
Who's doing the selecting?
Selecting is being done by the ecosystem.
And where did this come from?
It's being done by predators.
Where did it come from?
It's being done by geological processes. Well, here, this is the big question. This is where atheists and theists both have a problem, okay? And I'm going to admit to it, okay? The problem we have is at the beginning. The problem we have is at the beginning. The problem we have is at the beginning.
Here's a very interesting fact. In the last couple of dozen times that I've witnessed to someone, I can honestly say that the subject of evolution has not come up even once. Why? Because I didn't bring it up. I didn't have to. And it doesn't come up on its own because it's often a non-issue. When you learn how to speak to a person's conscience and circumnavigate the intellect, the subject of evolution seems to disappear.
Now, this is real good news for people like me. It means I don't have to become an expert in the fossil record. And it also means I don't have to learn words like Rhinorhynchothachosaurus.
Now, are we trying to be anti-intellectual or avoid talking about the subject of evolution? Of course not. That's why we have the Evidence Bible. And this is packed full of teaching on the subject and includes quotes from teachings from Charles Darwin, Stephen Jay Gould, and William Huxley. And it will show you that the theory of evolution is unscientific, that it's based on blind faith, so that you don't need to panic and upset yourself every time you read in the newspaper or see something on the news that talks about man evolving from apes.